Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the Bookit Sports community around the world. We're back for another episode of The Morning After. I missed you all this weekend. We got a great episode planned for you. Josh in the stew. Nick is in the stew. We can see the chat again, and I think Josh's camera might be working today.
We'll see. Hopefully.
Work in progress. A WIP,
hopefully this
work
fucking
in
Wi-Fi
progress.
works.
W Mike over for YB. I don't know if anyone knows this. Massive young boy guy.
Yeah.
Massive young boy guy.
I know.
If I had to give my top three, Drake, young boy. Oh, that third one is tough. I got to tell you, that third one is tough. I got to tell you. Did anyone make money fading Trent on the ice last night from IM checks? I did not. Did you?
No, I did not.
Did not?
I don't touch the ice.
All right. I was going to avoid it, but we might as well talk about it. Caitlin Clark lost the national championship last night. Or yesterday afternoon. Broke my spirit a little bit, man. I really love Caitlin Clark. Like, she is really like, I'm gonna be honest with you, she might be my top 5 athletes.
Really?
Like, that I've loved to support, and that is probably top 5 like right now in terms of like the athletes that I'm gonna follow for the rest of my life. Like, I just love her attitude. I love like the fact that she came into women's basketball and just like pulling from the logo. If you put any other star in women's college basketball on that Iowa team, they're not a 1 seed. They don't make the Final Four. They don't make the national championship.
No.
Like, she is head and shoulders. And just happened to run into a better team both years.
Yeah, I mean,
both years she ran into the better team.
South Carolina is really good.
Really good.
Really good.
Really good. And I will say, it was never them plus 6.5, even though the game was close. I just didn't understand watching that game towards the end of the second half. It seemed like they weren't trying to run the offense through Caitlin. Kate Martin took like 3 shots down the stretch that I was like, why is Kate Martin taking fadeaway mid-rangers?
I also don't understand why they don't have Caitlin take the ball up when other teams are denying her the ball. Like, just let her take it up, and then she has the ball. She can do what she wants.
I agree.
Like, when she's playing off ball, they can throw 2 girls on her. Like, they can pass off on screens and stuff, and she can't get the ball.
It's also disappointing, dude. She is a dimer.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, she throws dimes.
She does.
And there was a couple times where the game could have gotten way close, and Stulke and Kate Martin just lost the pass.
Yeah.
Like, hit their hand, went out of bounds, didn't grab it, and she like put him in a spot to just get an easy layup.
Yeah.
So that was disappointing.
Stulke missed that one, dude. When they were down 4, I think, and she just missed that wide open layup.
I know, that was tough.
That was like that would have brought them back, I think.
I know, that was tough.
Yeah, it's all right.
Now walked the game away. All right, let's run the What in the World. I got some things I want to talk about. I feel like I want to start just going into the What in the World segment earlier, because I feel like we talk and then we run What in the World. So we're going to run What in the World for those of you that are new viewers, old viewers, and long-time viewers. What in the World is our new segment. Josh, run the graphic. What in the world? Josh and Mikey. I just want to address Griffin's comment. Mikey, you probably watched her in 2022 for the first time. She's your top 5 of all time. Just feels like people are trying to hop on the trendy thing going on in sports.
Wait, 2022? I mean, yeah, when else are you supposed to hop on?
Griffin,
Which is in high school?
Was I supposed to fucking watch her in Iowa high school ball?
Yeah.
Was I supposed to be so tapped into the women's basketball circuit that I was watching fucking high school Iowa basketball? Or the AAU circuit in Iowa? You want me to be watching the Iowa Golden Stars? I don't know what the fuck what are we talking about? No shit, I saw her in 2022 and she lit the world on fire in the tournament and was pulling from the logo. No shit. No shit. I'm also not calling her top 5 all time. I'm saying she's probably my top 5 favorite athletes right now.
Yeah.
I didn't say she's a top 5 athlete of all time. What are we talking about? This is what are we talking about? If you guys aren't going to get the fat out of your ears, what am I even doing here? No, I'm just kidding. I did want to talk about one thing, which is Diana Taurasi. Literally, go fuck yourself. I don't know if you saw her comments after Iowa beat UConn, and I'm sure it was a little biased because she was a UConn grad. But I think it's the problem with sports right now, and especially women's sports. I feel like, I was talking to my girlfriend about it. There's a problem when, one, obviously, the male audience, it's always hard to sell them on women's sports. But it should literally be a world in which Caitlin Clark is going to be the first female athlete to bring eyes to the WNBA since its creation. Literally, since its creation, Caitlin Clark is the first athlete that is polarizing enough at women's basketball that there will be legitimate eyes on the WNBA this year from a TV perspective, from an in-game perspective. She is going to elevate the brand of the WNBA like it has never been elevated before. And for Diana Taurasi to get on ESPN and say that's pretty cool what you're doing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to have to play some grown women that have been playing professional. Like, go fuck yourself. Caitlin Clark would literally put a 30 ball on your old head in your prime and right now with one arm.
I think all the
like
old
Diana
heads,
Taurasi couldn't guard the way that she plays. So it's like, shut the fuck up.
all the old heads are just mad that she's the one that finally brought the attention to the sport.
Yeah, sorry, Diana. I never turned on my TV to watch you put up 12 points.
Yeah, I mean,
like, my bad.
I think that's literally what it is. I think they're just mad that she's the one to do it.
And then for the other lady that had the scoring record before Caitlin Clark,
oh my god,
to get on the stage and be like, you can't duplicate what you're not duplicating. Are you brain dead? Rocks for brains? Like, shut the fuck up. She's pulling from the logo. You probably couldn't even do that.
Yeah,
you were probably literally playing plumbers. Like, if there were female plumbers at the time, that's who you were playing in college basketball. Like, the level that Caitlin Clark is playing right now, I don't think that lady, by the way, I don't even know who the fuck you are.
Yeah,
I don't even know who you are. I don't even know if that lady could put up 10 points in today's women's college basketball or the WNBA as a big, because clearly she was a big man. So I don't know what she's fucking talking about.
No.
Like, we finally have a girl that's breaking through the echelon of, oh my God, little boys are watching, little girls are watching, grown men are watching, grown women are watching, and everyone is watching this girl play basketball. And now we're trying to tear her down every single way from people that are high in the sport.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing, dude? It actually pissed me off. Like, it actually pissed me off.
That is annoying. I mean, like, she's like, oh, if we had a 3-point line, blah, blah, blah. Like, didn't you not shoot at all? Like, I'm pretty sure they were showing highlights and she just like didn't shoot.
Yeah, that's like Shaq being like, if there was a 3-point line,
yeah, exactly.
I would have been 2000. Like, dude, no, you wouldn't have. I guarantee you, no, you wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't have.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. That was insane.
You wouldn't.
And it's also like she is clearly better than anyone that we've ever seen. Like, maybe not clearly
not even
better.
Close.
Maybe not clearly better, but she is definitely more polarizing than anyone we've ever seen.
She's
in the sport.
better than any women's college basketball.
Well, yeah, I think that like I think that like people could say that she's not better because she just chucks threes and like isn't good inside. No, I understand. I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, I could understand people saying that she's not the best ever, like, which is fine, but she's the most polarizing ever for sure.
Skylar Diggins, barbecue chicken. Diana Taurasi, barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
Sophie Cunningham, barbecue chicken. There's no guard like, from those UConn teams. There's no guard from those UConn teams that could have put clamps on Caitlin Clark the way
Maya Moore.
Dude, she's taking step back fadeaway threes from literally the logo. And we're talking about like that she's gonna have to play grown women. These grown women have never played defense against a girl like this in their entire life.
Yeah. I mean, she's gonna cook the WNBA.
Like, cook.
Yeah.
And Diana Taurasi, and females that have played they're professional sports their whole life. You're playing against 18-year-olds. Are we forgetting that she's also in that age range? She's not 35 playing 18-year-olds. Like, she is their age.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, shame on Diana for having a platform on ESPN and saying something like that.
Yeah.
Like, shame on you. Shame on you.
Dude, and who does it with her? Sue Bird, right? They both went to UConn, correct?
Yeah.
I believe.
Of course they did.
They were both just like shit talking her the entire game.
The whole game, dude. And I get it.
Like, obviously you want your team to win, so it makes sense. Like,
but
still, like, you're on ESPN. Like, you shouldn't be like bringing down the best player in your sports history or most polarizing player in your sports history.
And by the way, if she does what she does and she gets the WNBA, she's going to be the first overall pick. There's going to be little girls buying her jersey all across the country. She's going to have her own shoe line.
Yeah. Little
Little girls across the country are going to be buying her shoes. Does it not help Diana Taurasi and Sue Bird's stupid little show's career if she's doing well in the WNBA actually has viewers and they can actually run their show?
Dude, they try to do way too much with that show. Like, they're trying to turn them into Peyton and Eli, and they just aren't.
But does that not help them if she's doing great and
sure
actually gives their league like some sort of shine?
For sure helps them. Absolutely.
So why don't you do me a favor and just shut the fuck up?
Dude, that team though, the Fever, they're gonna be gross. They have Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark now, like back-to-back number 1 overall picks.
I'm buying a Caitlin Clark jersey. Like, I don't think people understand. Like, I'm a fan of Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, she's dope.
Like, everyone shits on her. It's either like you're with her or against her, and that's insane because she doesn't have a personality like that.
No, yeah, she never says anything that's like, oh, I fucking hate this girl. Like, she's literally like, and she never gets mad during the game. Like, they could go on the other team can go on a 9-0, 10-0 run, and she just unfazed. Like, she's
unfazed, dude.
Yeah.
And can we talk about this? Is a great comment too written by Zach. The UConn coach gave her crazy props, but the former players can't.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that grown adults, grown women, the coach who just beat her in the national championship. Who, by the way, Dawn Staley, fucking dripped out.
Yeah.
I've never seen a coach who, and I agree. I think the refs in the first half, nothing was really going South Carolina's way. I think they were definitely calling an Iowa game. She never got phased, never yelled, never raised her voice, never lost her temper. Cool as a cucumber. And I think that's why South Carolina came out on top, because they didn't break, because she didn't break. Yeah, so I give her a lot of credit. But the fact that a grown woman is coming on after the game during the national championship parade and going, just shout out Caitlin Clark, like, what you've done for this sport is going to go down in history. Like, she's elevated us to another level. I just want to say, like, thank you. But we got fucking Bozo 1 and 2 on the ESPN broadcast talking about being idiots. And the head coach of UConn, who's probably the greatest head coach in all of women's college basketball history, being like, this girl is just something else.
You think Gino doesn't know ball? Gino knows ball.
He knows great players. Like, this is what I'm talking about.
He also had, what's that girl's name? Brianna Stewart. He also had her on his team and said that about Caitlin Clark.
And
so like,
Paige Buchers.
Yeah. Well, Stewart was like Clark in college. Like, by far the best player. Like, no one can guard her. She does whatever she wants.
Yeah.
And he gave Caitlin her props. So clearly he thinks something of her. Like, something highly of her.
Also, like, Sabrina Ionescu, barbecue chicken. Anyone.
Yeah.
Literally, I will take Caitlin Clark against anybody, dude. Like, maybe I'm just riding a little bit too hard, but like, it's absurd to me. Like, and obviously I get angry quickly. Like, I'm one of those guys. The flip switch is quick. That like pissed me off when I read that and then watched the clip. Every time I watch it, she's more and more arrogant. Like, when you're on a stage like that on ESPN, and I get it, it's your former school, like, wake up. But moving on, don't want to spend all my time on that. John Calipari is going to be the next head coach of Arkansas men basketball. What the bot?
Crazy.
Like, that's an insane jump.
I mean, dude.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't. But
like, not to talk shit about Arkansas, but really no acumen compared to the Kentucky acumen in terms of like national championships and titles and contending. But you want to know why he went there? I'll tell you exactly why. Because John Calipari is a little mouse for money. And he sniffed out that the heir to the Tyson Chicken franchise dynasty. You know Tyson Chicken, Josh?
John Tyson?
The heir to that dynasty is an Arkansas alum. And he's also a booster and a donator. So John Calipari licking chop, knowing that he's got Tyson Chicken money to spend on any recruit he wants.
Yeah.
No wonder he jumped Arkansas. No wonder.
He can get anyone.
That guy Key's not going to win at Arkansas either, by the way. Just Razorback fans, congratulations. For the next decade, you're going to have the #1 recruiting class. Not going to win shit. Because that's what he does.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even be excited to get a John Calipari at this stage in the game anymore.
I mean, it's exciting just because you know you're going to get sick players. That's the only thing.
You'll have the next crop of great NBA guys, and it'll be like, who's beating this team? And you'll get to look at like Arkansas players in the NBA. Like, that's cool. I give you that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Arkansas fans excited, but just know you're not winning anything because he doesn't win anything.
They also have never won anything before, so who cares?
Yeah, so
in the same spot with better players.
But just a crazy jump.
Yeah.
Is that not a weird jump?
It's a little
Who's going to coach Kentucky now?
Did you see that video of Patino going around?
I did see that video.
That would be sick. That would be a sick hiring.
I also jumped ship on St. John's that early, though. What a scumbag.
I saw a report, might not be real, but I think it could be, that they're going to give literally a Brinks truck to Dan Hurley to try to go there.
I don't know if he would leave UConn.
I don't know if he'd leave, but if
he goes back to back, he might leave UConn.
Yeah, if he goes back to back, then goes to Kentucky and wins there, like he's solidified maybe the best ever.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, yeah, I could see
that. That would be incredible.
Is that camera on? Recording?
No.
Fuck, dude. That was such a good take. Fuck, that's such a good take.
It is a good take. Maybe that. I mean, if he does that, though, that would be.
Wow, that was a bummer. No, yeah, I mean, that's like couldn't be more true.
It'd be incredible.
If Dan Hurley goes back to back at UConn, goes to Kentucky, wins another 1 or 2, he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But do you leave UConn or do you just stay there? And
I don't know.
Okay, now I'm just gonna build a powerhouse. Like, I'm gonna be Coach K. I'm gonna be.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be tough to leave if they win tonight. It'd be tough to leave just because you have the chance to go for a 3-peat. No one's ever done it before. I feel like it'd be tough to leave that, especially like you know that he's got guys coming in.
If you 2-peat and leave, that's kind of fucked up. You got to go for 3.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
It's like the same thing when you're playing like video games against your buddy. You win 2 in a row. You got to play another.
Yeah,
the best 3 out of 5.
Yeah,
like it becomes a 3 out of 5. Like that's what you got to do. Like you might as well go until you lose at that point.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
And also, I couldn't agree more with Trey's pick in the Twitch chat. What a great move for Kentucky. Get him out the door, man.
Yeah.
Get him out the door. If I'm a Kentucky booster, if I'm a Kentucky fan, I've had enough. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore. We have the best players in all of college basketball every single year, and we do nothing with them. So get them out. I don't care. And by the way, Kentucky fans, I wouldn't even be too upset. You still have the acumen and the notoriety of Kentucky. You're still going to get guys. Kentucky's still a program you want to play for.
Yeah.
With or without Coach Calipari. He didn't make Kentucky.
No.
Rupp made Kentucky back in the day.
Yeah.
And guys like that is why, Kentucky will still be able to recruit, and they're going to get a great coach, and they're going to be able to bring guys in. So Kentucky fans happy, Arkansas fans happy. Neither are going to win.
UConn fans could be in moose.
UConn fans.
That could be the
But I don't know, though. I feel like you get 2 natties, I'm good for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
Dude.
exactly.
If I got one
agree,
natty at Providence, I don't care where the fuck my coach goes. I'm walking around hard as a rock all day.
Dude, I felt the same with the Cubs. Once they won in 2016, it's like you can be bad for 50 years.
Forever.
I really don't care.
I got to
really don't care.
Forever.
That's it.
Forever.
Give me one.
I wanted to tell a funny story before we get to the picks because I do want to talk a lot about tonight's game. We've got Purdue playing UConn in the national championship. Wanted to tell a funny story real quick. Woke up this morning. Was at my girlfriend's house. Went to go find my car. As everybody knows, my car got towed. My rental car got towed. Just got a brand new car. Got to the parking garage. As a rule, you have to park in a higher level as a guest.
Mm-hmm.
When my car got towed, I did not do that, but it also wasn't registered. So I think it was more so the registered, not where I parked. So I go to look for my car, go to the highest floor in the parking garage where I thought I remember parking my car. Wasn't there. Immediately, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I'm upset. I'm overwhelmed. I'm angry. I might not make the show. My car's gone. I'm going to have to go back to the same place I got my car towed and deal with this annoying lady that yells at you through a glass wall because you can't have you in the same room as them. So I call my girl. I'm like, my car got towed again. Immediate attitude. I'm coming out the gate. Attitude up. Like Karen just got cut off in a parking lot type attitude. I'm coming in hot. My car got towed again. She's like, no way. I was like, I can't fucking believe this. Like, I literally cannot fucking believe this. She's like, I'm going down to the lobby to talk to the lady. Get in the elevator, go to the lobby. I was like, can you please send me a photo of the registration that you have in my car, whatever. She's like, my girlfriend's like, there's a password, but I think it might be in my apartment. Can you go back to my apartment and look at the paper and tell me the password so I can send you the registration? I was already in the elevator and I'm overwhelmed. I'm a little pissed off. I'm overwhelmed. Immediately, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm already in the elevator. Like more attitude than I just did in that moment. I mean, I don't know if I could duplicate the amount of attitude I threw at her in that moment, but it was like, I'm not doing that. I'm already in the elevator. Like I can't do that. But I needed the registration. So I should just remove myself from the situation. Either way, she made a great point. If the car was towed or not, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
So why get upset in that moment? But I was getting upset because I was ready to go down there and I was ready to get into it with the lady at the front desk. Because my car got towed the first time. She like kind of was throwing me some attitude and like she wrote the address of the like towing company and like slapped it on the table. And I was kind of like, okay, I didn't give you any attitude and now you did that. And if they carded my towed again after it got registered, I was coming in there ready to go. Yeah. So I think I wasn't more so throwing attitude at her. I was just like revving myself up to get into an argument with like a grown woman about like towing my car. Through attitude, she's like, I'm not doing this with you on the phone. Hung up. So I was like, fuck, dude. Should not have done that. That was way too much attitude, but whatever. I walk into the office. And I'm like, did you guys tow a car today? Because my car is registered and I parked in the correct floor. I just want to make sure like there's no way you guys towed my car because I didn't do anything wrong this time. So immediately I opened the door with like, what the fuck is good, basically. She was like, didn't even say hello. Like just immediately like rolled her eyes and then started tapping away on the computer. Like, no, we only towed one car today. What car was yours? And I was like, oh, it's this. And she was like, oh, we towed a Lexus. So no, that wasn't us. And I was like, oh, so my car was stolen? And she was like, oh, well, I don't know. And I was like, well, you didn't tow it. It's not where I parked it. So my car's stolen. Do you guys have any cameras that you can like look through to see if my car got stolen out of your garage? And she was like, ugh, and didn't say anything. Gets up, goes in the back room, talking to this lady. I'm sitting there. I realized I have an app that tells me where my car is. Yeah. So I was like, let me just check the app while they're doing this. And keep in mind, I already came in hot to the office. So I'm in the app. It says it's at the apartment, like at the location where I parked it. So now I have to lock my phone and pretend I didn't see that information. And I let them go through the process of trying to get through the cameras. And finally, the lady was like, it says there's a password. We don't have the password. I don't know how to get into it, so I can't check the cameras. So by the way, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, first of all, that's botted. And then I heard that, and now I'm gonna bot you guys. I was like, well, I'll go walk the garage one more time to make sure. But like, you guys better have
You knew it was
Yeah,
there.
I knew. Like, I already checked the thing, so I was like, it might be there. So I was like, you guys better figure out the camera situation, because I'm gonna go walk the garage and make sure that I didn't like park it on the wrong floor, knowing that I probably parked on the wrong floor. So I go into the parking garage. I was like, let me just check. Let me just check the floor below where I think I parked. She was sitting there, just the only car in that floor, the only car in that floor. And my girlfriend called me back as I was getting in the elevator, and I was like, yeah, I just got to check. I just got to check the garage one more time because I just want to make sure. And I was like, oh, I found it. And she's like, all right, I'm done with you. Bye. Hung up the phone immediately. So that happened to me this morning. That happened to me this morning.
Dude, I've done that plenty of times where I park on the 3rd floor. There's 4 floors in my apartment building. I parked on the 3rd floor on accident. Like, I'm always on the phone or something, and I'll just like throw it in.
Yeah.
Throw it in park, and then I'll walk to the door that's like my door on the 4th floor. But I'll always go there and try to open. I've done it like 3 times. I'll like put my key in the door, try to open, and I'm like, why the fuck is this not working? I look at the apartment number. I'm like, yep, that's not my apartment. The people that live there are probably terrified. They probably think someone's trying to break into their place every other week.
Dude, I was fired up.
Yeah.
And then to have that happen.
I mean, good.
Like,
news,
I have
though.
rocks for brains, dude.
Yeah.
And I remember when I got there yesterday, going down only 1 flight of stairs. Normally I have to go down 2. I only went down 1. And I was like, oh, that felt a little short. Not even registering that I parked on the wrong floor. So that happened to me this morning, in case anyone wants to know how I started my day, like an idiot. So there's only up from here.
Dude.
Also want to apologize for the lady. What?
Someone sent you this too.
What is that? How long has this been up here?
I just grabbed it from downstairs.
All right, we're doing a live opening of a pair of slides that got sent to me by a company called iSlide. If you need your slides, get them there. They sent me, they're like, yo, we'd love to bless you with some slides. So before we hit the Slate servers and talk about the national championship game, let's check these slides out. Dude, they said they were going to do something crazy for me, so. Ew, dude. They're Providence Customs.
This is Mikey over on the side.
Dude, yeah. What the hell, dude? Dude, shout out iSlide, dude. The best slides in the game. That's sick, dude.
Those are so tough.
Holy shit, those are so tough. Custom Providence slides, Mikey over. Everyone go follow iSlide on Instagram right now. Send him a DM. Holy shit, dude. Those are sick, dude. Those are fucking tough. Actually, not an ad, I promise.
Yeah, actually not.
Like, not an ad. They did not pay me to do this. They sent me the slides. I didn't even know I was going to do this live on the show. Dude, those are fucking sick.
Yeah.
Those are fucking sick. Let's go. They're actually a size 6, Nikki. All right, small foot gang, stand up. No, I don't have a size 6, but I'm not in the double digits of foot sizes, in case anyone's wondering.
9.5.
Josh, if I wanted to give the exact size out, I would have given the exact size out. Okay, Josh? God damn it.
I'm barely there.
I'm a 9.5.
I'm a 10.5. I could push 11.
Barely there. You're almost at an 11.
Yeah.
The fuck are we talking about?
Barely
there. All right, shout out iSlide. These are fucking sick.
Yeah, those are tough.
These are so sick. I just want to stand them up, and then we'll get to the Slate. All right, run the graphic Slate servers. Let's go.
Feedback.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Slate Surfers. There's a full slate, and there's only 2 guys that are going to surf them, and it's me and Josh. Maybe that's how I open it every time we come back. All right, listen up. We got... It's officially the national championship. Purdue, UConn. There's a couple narratives I want to talk about. First of all, UConn is 11-0 against the spread in March Madness since last year. They have not covered a game. That is insane.
Insane.
Register that. 11-0 against the spread since last tournament. Do you know how big their spreads have been? Some of them were 10.5, 11.5.
Yeah.
And they've covered every single spread. The line is currently UConn minus 6.5. It's UConn minus 6.5.
Yeah.
Dan Hurley came out and said they're making a hard tournament look easy. If there is one thing that I will bet my money on, that I'm okay with laying my head down at night, knowing that I did, it's backing Dan Hurley to spit in the committee's face after what they did to the Big East, to spit in the committee's face in the NCAA after what they've done to UConn, scheduling them at shitty times, putting them on shitty airlines, And now they get to put the cherry on the cake, and they get to beat the dog piss out of Zach Edey, who, by the way, by all accounts, was unimpressive against DJ Burns. If NC State doesn't go ice cold shooting the ball, they probably win that game.
They're definitely in the game.
Which hurt, by the way. We didn't really talk about that a lot, but I just want everyone to know that hurt. I had NC State, that hurt. Also, that game not going over in Alabama-UConn by 3 points also hurt. Dude, I'm hurt.
I thought we were going to get a technical foul there at the end when that dude got elbowed in the face.
I was so ready for it, dude. That's what I thought. And then it was like, we're inbounding the ball and we're not fouling. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
It's UConn minus 6.5. Do we take the over, Josh?
I don't think so. I think we just ride with UConn.
UConn minus 6.5. The prize pick squares are as follows. I got in the lab for this one, guys. When I think about the way that these two teams play, by the way, watching NC State, the way that Purdue plays ball, get Zach going, the perimeter opens up. We jock from the perimeter. When all else fails, give it back to Zach. It's all entry passes, then out, entry pass, then out, high screen, then out, and it's all jocked threes. Maybe a couple mid-rangers from Lance, but it's all jocked threes. When I look at the way UConn plays like water. However you play, they play and do it better. They don't really have, I would say, a specific way they play. They literally open up the game to go, okay, how do you want to play? Oh, Alabama, you want to run? Let's run. Oh, San Diego State, you want to slow the game down? Let's slow the game down. Let's run full sets. Let's run half-court sets. Alabama, you want to run? We'll grab rebounds and go. We'll go transition. We'll run and gun you out of your own gym. So how are they going to play tonight? Depends how Purdue plays.
Yeah.
Because I don't think if the one thing that UConn does that I love is they don't set their own temperature. They let you set the temperature and then they get you out of there.
Yeah.
They let you get into your kitchen, get everything comfortable. Then they turn your own heat up in your kitchen and run you out of your own kitchen. And that's what they're going to do to Purdue.
Yeah, dude.
And I think Zach Edey's going to struggle against Klingon. I think Alabama probably maybe could have got over the hump if they had a more dominant center. Mm-hmm. But I don't consider Zach Edey to be that dominant. I really don't. Like, he doesn't throw his body around. It's really just positioning. Like, if DJ Burns didn't look like he'd ran 4 miles in the first 5 minutes of the game, that game again is probably way closer.
Yeah. Dude, Klingon can D him up for sure.
I 100% think Klingon's going to D him up. And if you don't think Dan Hurley's going to have some sort of, when Zach Edey touches it in the post, one defender helps, we'll let whoever take a 3. I think UConn's going to be okay with letting Purdue shoot the 3 ball.
Yeah.
Like, I think if Dan Hurley in the back of his head is going to go, here's what I think might happen. We'll let you beat us from behind the arc because we're not going to let Zach Edey do whatever he wants in the paint like every other team. I don't know if Purdue's going to be able to shoot that well against that UConn defense.
Yeah. I also think, did you watch the game? Obviously, you watched a game against NC State, right?
Yes.
I think that they did a good job of doubling Edey. Like in the second half, I didn't think Edey did. I mean, he played fine, but he had a bunch of turnovers.
They got unlucky. NC State, well, I'm not going to say unlucky. I'm going to give Purdue some credit. They just got, Purdue got red hot from 3. And that was it. That's the game plan. If Purdue is hitting their threes, they'll win the game.
Yeah, but I don't know.
But again, I'm not very impressed with their defense. And this UConn offense might be the best in the country. I think we thought Alabama was the best in the country. And then we watched UConn's offense dismantle them.
Yeah.
And I don't think Purdue's guards are going to be able to hold Tristan Newton.
No.
I don't think they're going to be able to hold Castle. Mm-hmm. I don't think Zach Edey's going to be able to stop Klingon on defense because I think Klingon is a little bit more versatile than we thought.
Yeah, for sure.
Is what I saw against Alabama.
Yeah, he's better than I thought he was. I'm not going to lie. I thought that he was going to be a dude that goes to the NBA and can't play.
I just have no faith in Purdue's guards to be able to stop that UConn backcourt, which is why the prize pick squares are Tristan Newton, which is why the prize pick squares are Tristan Newton PRA. Again, I think he's going to do everything. If you watch that game against Alabama, he does everything. Yeah. He might have only had 12 points, but I'm pretty sure he had 9 assists and like 8 rebounds. Like, the kid is phenomenal. If there's one thing about this UConn team that I've taken away after completely shitting on them all Big East and now having to watch them in the tournament and root for them because once it starts, I root for my conference. Feel about that how you will. He's incredible.
Yeah.
He's literally incredible. Like, he's one of my favorite college basketball players right now. Just the way he plays the game is incredible. There's nothing he does wrong, by the way. I've never watched a game and been like, oh, Tristan Newton made the wrong decision there. He's scrappy under the boards. He's a dimer, and he can shoot the ball. And shooting the ball is the last thing he does. And he's one of the best scorers on the team.
Yeah.
And he has the ability and the mindset to be like, you know what? I don't mind.
They're just a great overall team. They have the best players and the best team.
And I don't see Braden being able to stop Tristan Newton. I'm sure UConn's going to fall into some sort of zone because there's no way they can man him.
Yeah.
So I'm sure UConn's going to have to deal with the zone. And by the way, if you think Dan Hurley's not ready for whatever defense they throw at him, 3-2, 2-3, box one, like it's over.
I wouldn't be surprised if this game was over very quickly. Like,
I wouldn't either. I just don't see him Braden Smith being able to touch Tristan Newton. But the other square is Braden Smith demon threes more than 1.5.
Okay.
He was 0 for 7 last game from the 3, I'm pretty sure. Or 0 for 4 from the 3, 0 for 7 total, 0 for 5 from 3. This is a kid that can shoot the ball at a very good clip. But I think he's now become the guy in this tournament that it's like, if Braden Smith can beat us, we'll let him beat us. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like he's going to have the volume. I like that it's a demon. And I do think he can hit 2 threes because I think they're going to be playing from down.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be able to go to Zach. I think they're going to have to go to the guards. And I trust Braden Smith to be the guy that's going to be open.
Yeah. I have a weird feeling that Dan Hurley might be a dickhead and just be like, you think that Zach Edey's the best player in the country? Have him beat us. Have only him beat us.
That would be sick.
That would be sick.
Who's on the Bookit account right now?
Probably Dave.
Scrapping with Mikey this morning.
It's either Dave or Trent.
Who lost their mind and logged into the Bookit account and typed that? Who lost their mind and typed that? No, but I could also see that, Josh.
Yeah.
Oh, Zach Edey, you're the best player in the country. Why don't you come beat us?
Yeah. I mean, if you shut down their perimeter, produce perimeter offense, like they can't beat.
No, dude.
They can't beat them.
They can't.
Which might be what he does.
They can't. And by the way, I could see this is the game that Zach Edey finally gets into foul trouble. Like I really do think he's going to struggle against this UConn offense. And I think he got lucky that it was an NC State team that, dude, they were scared to lay the ball up against Zach Edey.
Yeah.
And I think UConn is one of these teams that's like, oh, you're going to stand in that paint the whole time? I'm going to run into you and force you to foul me. Like, I'm going to go up and you are going to foul me. I'm not going to go up. And NC State did the classic, like, really tall kid, and you try to, like, throw the ball up here, but he's 7'4", so he just does that. UConn's going to be like, I'm going into you.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to foul me to stop me. And I think Klingon, by the way, might get in that head, dude.
He might.
Klingon likes to talk, dude. And Zach Edey, we've already seen, literally has the mental fortitude of a 5-year-old. The way his mental, like, crumbles and the way he talks after these big games. And I don't know if you saw it, but Purdue put their name tag on the board with no celebration when they beat NC State. Some kid just walked up, put it on, and then walked away, and everyone just kind of like shook hands. There was no like, oh, so they think this is like a business trip. They're going to get fucking waxed. Like they're going to get waxed. And I think we're going to realize, Josh, which is crazy. I think we're going to realize that Dan Hurley put together the best basketball team of all time.
Maybe the best culture of all time.
Like, I really do think we thought last year's UConn team was unconscious to be a 1 seed, come into the tournament with the expectation that you're going to win it all, getting like a horrible draw, horrible game times, putting a chip on your shoulder as a 1 seed, and blowing out everybody. We're making a hard tournament look easy is what Dan Hurley said.
Yeah. Dude.
If they blow out Purdue, this team is the greatest college basketball team of all time. I don't think there's even a debate. To go back-to-back, to add transfers, not bring everybody back, to lose key pieces, guys that averaged 18, 20 points a game, and do it again, and this team being more dominant, only losing 3 games and blowing out every single team, it's the greatest college basketball team of all time.
Definitely up there. I don't know. Those Florida teams were nice.
Those Florida teams were nutty.
But yeah, I mean, they're different. They're definitely different.
So I'm not hating on Purdue.
Yes, you are.
Mikey's hate for Purdue is extreme brain rot. I'm not hating on Purdue. I'm definitely hating on Purdue a little bit, but I'm just so big on UConn tonight.
Yeah.
More than I am low on Purdue.
For sure.
Just when I look at the game plan, it's going to be post-entry, then dish it out. And I think UConn is either going to do what Josh is saying, and they're going, okay, Zach, try to beat us. And I don't think Zach's going to be able to beat a UConn team by himself. And I think if they shut down Zach Edey, we've seen it before, I'm just not impressed with this Purdue team. They're playing well. They're a great 1 seed. They got here. I can't take that away from them at this point. I think I tried to all tournament. I tried to take everything away possible from Purdue, the entire NCAA tournament, giving them their props. Dude, they got to the big dance for the first time. Like, this is impressive. This is an impressive Purdue team. But I just think they're happening to walk into an absolute David. And I don't know if they're the Goliath.
Yeah.
That's my problem. Or they're running into Goliath. Yeah. They're not a David. Sorry, my bad. They're running into Goliath, and I don't know if they're a David. Because I don't think UConn has met a David yet this year.
No.
And I don't know if they got the rock in the sling. I just don't know if they got the rock in the sling. But I don't want to be a Purdue hater because I think I was and I am. And I don't want to take away from what they've done this season. I am going to take away what Zach Edey's done in his career because I think he's a fucking boner for what he said in that press conference. And I'm not going to walk that take back. But again, I think it's UConn minus 6.5. I think it's Tristan Newton, PRA. Braden Smith's not going to be able to touch that kid. But I think on the other end, it's Braden Smith threes, Demon Square, more than 1.5. Purdue's going to have to shoot the 3 ball. And there's no way he goes 0 for 6, 0 for 7 again from the 3.
Yeah.
There's no way in a big game. You can't do that. And if he does that, hand up, I'm an idiot. Shouldn't have done it.
That means UConn wins by 20.
Yeah. If he's not shooting that ball well, this game is over. And if the game is close, Tristan Newton's going more than. So I love both those squares. I think it's UConn. I will say this, though. Regardless, you got to respect Painter and how he built this team. Homegrown guys and developed players, no huge NIL deals or anything. Calipari to Arkansas is the end for college basketball as we know it. Universities without an NIL cap will ruin the sport. I agree with everything. I agree with every single thing you said.
Except that the only reason they don't have huge NIL deals is because Zach Edey isn't eligible to get one, I think.
Which
and he would
is
get
fucking
one.
hysterical.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's actually not hilarious. If I were him, I'd be so mad.
I think it's so funny. I saw his tweet and it was like, I felt really bad for Zach Edey, and then I realized he was a Canadian, and then I didn't feel bad at all. but no, I agree with you. MHQX in chat. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I respect what Painter's done with this Purdue program. I respect that he doesn't have any really big names that are going to be lottery picks in the NBA, and he's created a 1 seed in back-to-back years. And I respect him for getting the big dance. Again, they're running into Goliath. Are they David? I would love to watch it, to be honest with you. If I lose my ass on UConn and I end my college basketball year this year losing UConn spread in the finals because Purdue came out and finally closed out a big game, I can eat that on the chin. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. The
It's gonna be a
Canadian
great game.
stray is fucking wild. It was a tweet. I love Canada. But also,
Fat girls, you're telling me about it, buddy. We need that.
oh, wait, we're talking about Caleb.
20 days.
But that's my
Maybe
take on the
less.
game. What do you think about my take? I want to hear your opinion on my take. And then I
My
want your
opinion
take.
on your take of the game.
Because I feel like sometimes you just let me kind of get by with saying some crazy shit. And I feel like you're kind of like the level-headed, like you have really good takes. And I feel like your take about, I forgot what we were talking about.
Zach Edey.
No, like 20 minutes ago.
Oh,
was
Dan Hurley
phenomenal.
leaving?
Yeah, it was phenomenal. So what do you think of my take of that whole game?
I mean, I like your take. I think that UConn covers very easily. I think that this game could get like very, very out of hand
Dude, I
early.
do too.
Like very out of hand early. I think that if Klingon just can stay out of foul trouble, like somewhat stay out of foul trouble, they win this game by 30 points. I genuinely think that they destroy them. I think that Dan Hurley just literally been building up to this moment for 2 years. Like they wanted a good team, I think, in the
Oh my
championship.
God.
I don't think they wanted to play NC State.
No.
They didn't want that.
This
They
is
want
dream
they
scenario for
wanted
me.
to play Zach Edey and prove that he is not what everyone says he is. And just blowing him out would, I guess, set that precedent.
Dude, I could not agree more. I think, too, the thing we've noticed about UConn, if Purdue's going to stay in this game, they have to come out and punch them in the mouth early. Because
Yeah.
once UConn gets a lead, dude, 5 points feels like 1,000.
Yeah, and then they can focus on. Then they can let Edey beat them if they're up 20, like 15 early.
100%.
Like then they can be like, all right, Zach, do what you do. Like you're fine. Just guard the 3-point line. Don't let them get those big runs, get back in the game because Zach Edey's not going to make that run by himself.
100%. And I think the thing that makes this UConn team so great is they don't really go on runs. They're consistent the whole game,
Yeah,
which
they
is
are.
why it's so hard to beat them.
Yeah, it is.
You don't watch a UConn game and see 5 minutes without scoring, 8 minutes without scoring, 6 minutes without scoring. They just don't do that.
Yeah.
They consistently burn you the whole game. I think Purdue first half could be a play. Maybe we do that. No. Yeah, fuck that. It's UConn all day. It's literally UConn all day.
Yeah.
Tristan Newton, PRA. Braden Smith, 3 is more than. Do you like a PP square in this game?
Javon, I think he's saying that the UConn team doesn't go on scoring droughts. He said that they went on a 30-0 run last round, but
No, I'm talking about UConn doesn't go on scoring grounds.
Yeah. I know. I was clarifying. What did you just say?
Do you like any PP squares?
Not in this game, no. I don't really like PP squares in college.
You know what's funny though? I just don't trust anyone on Purdue, really.
Yeah, neither do I. I mean, Edey, like just PRA.
Like you could, yeah.
Like
I mean, you could.
or just
PNR.
PR. Yeah, like he's gonna get it. Like he's gonna do his job. I just don't think it's gonna be enough.
I'll tell you what I don't mind either, though. To be honest with you, if I was really looking, I think Castle gets to a bucket tonight too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I love Cam Spencer tonight. What do you think about people that want to target Klingon? I feel like Klingon might be a guy that a lot of people look at. I just feel like against Zach, I just don't know, dude.
I don't know offensively. I think the real
I don't think he's
the real
be
way
the
that he
option.
wins that he plays well in this game is just on defense. I don't think that offensively he's going to be insane by any means, but they need him on defense. I think that they have. Let me see something real quick. They have Donovan Klingon steals at 0.5.
I love that.
I don't hate that.
Zach Edey brings the ball up.
Yeah. I don't hate that at all.
I actually love that.
I also have a MLB square for you.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about MLB really quick. We got 1 minute before we got to go to BTL. So let's talk about MLB really, really, really quick. I've been trying to dial in, guys. I'm really trying my hardest to dial in for you guys for the MLB this year so we have stuff to talk about. And I've so far been horrible. So I'm going to tell you what I like today. I would stay away from the Pittsburgh Pirates. Never mind. I'm taking the Pirates. I really wanted to not take the Pirates because I wanted to take them all weekend, and then they ended up beating the crap out of the Orioles a couple times. So I really wanted to not take the Pirates, but I feel like it's a great spot to take the Pirates at home. Give me the Pirates. The other team that I really, really liked today too, guys, I just feel like there's something about this Cardinals team that for some reason they're getting a lot of line respect, it feels to me. And this might just still be me being not knowing ball. We're going to learn baseball together, by the way, guys. But why would I not take the Phillies at a pick 'em against the Cardinals? Why would I not?
Because it's a sketch
against McCollus. The guy loves to fucking sell.
He does.
Michaelis, fucking whatever.
And Spencer Turnbull is not anything special either.
Maybe that over 8.5.
Could be.
All right. Well, Philly. It was either the Phillies or the over.
I like the over more.
Okay, the over. Are the Astros going to play the Rangers all year? Is that just what we're committing to? Is that going to be the game of the year? Also, Diamondbacks -1.5. It's the Moose Shit Rockies in Colorado.
Yeah, fair enough.
In Colorado, Moose Shit Rockies take the Diamondbacks on the road. I also, Josh, I just want to run this by you because I feel like this is normally a spot where I would take the team that I like. But I think we fade you, Darvish, and we take the Cubs at plus chicken.
Dude, I don't hate it. I mean, obviously I'm a Cubs fan, so I'll be riding them all year, but I don't hate that at all.
Those are the only plays I liked. And again, I'm trying to learn ball. Don't get so mad at me. I'm trying to learn ball. Wait, what did that comment say? If Purdue pulls it out, I got to do what?
If Purdue pulls it out.
If Purdue pulls it out.
Cop an Edey jersey and wear it for a straight week. How about this? If they pull it off, you got to try the new surf and turf burger at McDonald's.
I really don't want to do that.
Have you seen that?
I did see that.
Oh, it's only in Canada.
My God.
Have you seen that, though?
Canada, dude. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw the McDonald's put out the surf and turf, which is a double cheeseburger and the fish fillet. I would have thrown up. All right, fine. If Purdue pulls it out, I'll buy a Zach Edey jersey and I'll wear it for a week on stream. And I will post a clip across my social medias saying that Zach Edey is the greatest college basketball player of all time.
Okay.
I will completely go back on the take that blew up on my TikTok calling Zach Edey a bozo and say he's the greatest college basketball player of all time while wearing a Zach Edey jersey. I promise.
Fair enough.
I don't break my promises, so I will do that if he wins the game.
Fair enough.
Not if he covers. If he wins the game.
You want my PP score?
I will do that. Yeah, give me your PP score.
It is Seiya Suzuki Demon, more than 1.5 hits. That's all you need to know.
Just give me the chills. I just legitimately got the chills.
Little demon.
I just legitimately got the chills.
He went hitless the last 2 games against the Dodgers. He's about to go crazy.
It's also Luis Castillo days. We're taking the Mariners. Okay, here we go. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in the morning after. We end every show with a little inspiration, a little motivation. I heard a quote this weekend on Suits, okay? And I want to read it to everybody because I feel like it really kind of woke me up a little bit. I'll be honest with you guys. I know you guys, everyone in this chat probably has a real job that's way harder than what I do. And, sometimes I like to bitch to myself about why aren't I seeing these numbers or these views? Because I'm committed to being a content creator for my career. That's what I want to do. This show, I want it to be the rest of my life. And sometimes I make excuses. I'm like, that's not even a great video. I don't understand why that blew up. I feel like I put way more effort into this video and it didn't blow up. So I'm going to read you guys a quote that they said in Suits that I watched this weekend that Harvey Specter said in Suits. And it kind of like woke me up a little bit. And I wanted to read it to you guys because I feel like I was making a couple too many excuses for myself. Winners don't make excuses when the other side plays the game. Winners don't make excuses when the other side plays the game. I'm going to say it one more time. Winners don't make excuses when the other side plays the game. I feel like a lot of the time, especially for me, I make excuses just because the other people are playing the game. I will make excuses just because someone else is playing the exact same game that I'm playing. And I'll try to, in my head, be like, oh, they're cheating. They're doing this. They're doing that. I wish I was in that opportunity. I wish I could make that video. Why didn't I think of that idea? But winners don't make excuses when the other side just decides to play the game. So I'm trying to rewire my mindset here, okay, guys? And I'm going to try to be a winner, all right? And that means not making excuses when all the other side is doing is play the game. I just got to play the game better. All right? So in your life, let's try to be winners, okay? Let's not make excuses just because someone else is playing the game. Let's not play that game in our head where we try to break somebody down in our head to make us feel better just because they're doing better than us right now. Because winners don't make excuses when all the other side is doing is playing the game. All right? So on a Monday, let's start the week off right. And as always, what do we say? Take one step forward for me. It gets easier every single day, dude. I'm not asking you to sprint. I'm not asking you to jog. Just take one step forward for me today. I promise you, you'll feel a whole lot better every day you do it. Stay right here. We got BTL coming up next. Stay in the same stream, same spot. Don't go anywhere. They got your national championship plays. They got the MLB. They got the NHL. They got the NBA. They might even talk around men's tennis. I don't even know. They talk about everything. So you need a bet. Just tune into the show. Stay right here. Love you guys as always. We'll see you here tomorrow at the same time.
Closing time. One last call for alcohol. So finish your whiskey or beer.